I'm Daniel, this is Ashville, and today we're going to show you how to change gigantic tyres on mobile plant and equipment. This is our 24-ton Liebherr loading shovel. We use this in the yard to move material around and load lorries. Now we have a puncture, which unfortunately cannot be repaired because there is damage in the sidewall. Generally, when you have a puncture on the tread side, it can be repaired, but it's good practice when you have a puncture on the sidewall to replace the tyre, as the sidewall is under the most stress and repairs can cause weakened areas, which compromise the structural integrity of the entire tyre. This machine and these tyres are under immense pressure, driving in and out of stockpiles, loading lorries, and this bucket itself can carry roughly 8 tons of material. Now, only one tyre is damaged, but unfortunately we can't just change one. We need to change both sides because we do not want to have huge differences in the circumference of tyres which sit on the same axle. It's good practice to have both tyres with roughly the same circumference, as a larger tyre will be travelling a further distance in each revolution. This can cause problems with the differential, which powers the wheels in a forward and backward motion. This can also cause uneven wear in the cutting edge, as you cannot get the bucket level due to the difference in height of the tyres. We had these tyres delivered earlier, and normally it's a straightforward delivery, but the pallet was damaged, so we needed to use the high-ab crane to assist. We could have gone for a tyre which was half the price, but wanted to ensure we went with one which would last and was durable. These tyres are 26.5 R25 Advance GLR08 L5. The section width is 26.4 inches, overall diameter 69.5 inches, and the load capacity of each tyre is 40,800 pounds, which is roughly 18.5 tons, and they weigh 635 kilos each. The first step to remove or fit a tyre is to take the weight off it. On the loading shovel, we do this by putting the bucket on the floor to raise the front wheels off the ground. We then use axle stands for safety. We remove as much dirt as we can from the rim, then deflate by removing the valve core. Once the air is out, we use a sledgehammer to beat the rim and remove more of the built-up mud and loosen the locking ring. The rim is made up of a few parts which we need to dismantle. This is called a split rim. It's made up of a main rim, the bead sealing ring, a rubber sealing O-ring, a locking ring, and finally the locking ring pin. We use a pry bar to remove the locking pin, which connects the locking rim to the bead sealing ring. Using the pry bars again, we remove the locking rim and the O-ring. Using a bead breaker, we begin to start pushing the tyre away from the rim. A bead breaker is an air over hydraulic jaw. It's connected to a compressor and controlled via a foot pedal. We steer the loading shovel in both directions and lift it up and down slightly to remove the tyre from the rim. Where we can, we use machines to finesse the tyre movement as much as possible. The machine operator takes his instructions from the Tyre Technician. The tyre is off, but the bead sealing ring is still connected, so we use the bead breaker again to separate them. Now it's time to put the new tyre on. We're basically repeating the same steps, but in reverse. Once again, we use machines to do the heavy lifting, and an operator takes instructions from the tyre tech. We use different lubricants to ensure we can fit the tyre in place without damaging the tyre's sealing bead. This is basically where the tyre sits against the rim to create a seal. We set the tyre at the side of the rim, then turn the steering wheel to guide the rim into the new tyre. Once the tyre is on, we begin to put the split rim back together, starting with the bead sealing ring, which is beat with a sledgehammer into the bead of the tyre. We then use a machine to hold in place while a sledge applies the force to drive into the bead of the tyre to make a seal. This is a new O-ring. We always use a new one when we change a tyre, as one which has been used for a long period of time may be out of shape and the rubber will be hardened. The locking ring goes back in. Then the safety pin. And we're ready for air. Right at the start, when the inflation begins and the pressure is very low, the locking rim and pin are spot checked with a hammer to ensure they're still in place and secure. If a problem was spotted here, the inflation would be stopped immediately. We all stand back at a safe distance and the tyre is inflated to a pressure of 70 psi. That's one side done. Now we get started on the other side. The new tyres are on, it's time to get her fired up and put her to the test. The tread depth is 85 mm, which provides great traction and grip in all conditions. A deeper tread can enhance the overall handling and performance of the machine. In total, including fitting, these tyres cost £4,000 each to get onto this loading shovel. Fitting these large tyres onto plant and machinery is a specialist skill which is very challenging to do. We wanted to give you some insight and answer a question which we're always asked: how do you fit gigantic tyres onto plant and machinery? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more how-to videos and let us know what you'd like to see next.